I'd like to ask Ms. Graves a question. If you could come back to the podium, please. I'm picking on you because you brought this to the board at the last minute and asked it to be agendized.
Could you turn up his mic, please?
I'm a little confused. First of all, is anybody trying to take your guns away from you?
Yes.
Who?
Well, actually, that's not the point. You understand what a resolution is, right?
I understand what
Yes,
the
we
resolution is.
understand.
I asked you a question.
Sure, the federal government and the state government is.
Who has come to take your guns away from you?
What? Explain that more clearly.
You're talking about the Second Amendment,
Mm-hmm.
and you're wanting us to protect that right. You have a right to own and bear arms. I own firearms. Nobody's coming to take my firearms.
Well, that's not completely correct. You own and bear arms that the federal and state government allow you to. You do not have a choice of the arms that you keep.
I don't have a choice of the type of arms, or what was that statement?
You do not have a choice of the arms that you bear in your possession.
I can have any arms that are legally available to me.
There you go.
Okay. Do you realize there's another right in the Second Amendment?
I realize there are many rights in the Second Amendment.
The other right is for the U.S. Congress to limit what you can have. You can't buy a tank.
No
way.
You can't buy a fighter
Now, my turn
plane.
to say no.
No way. Would you like a copy of the Second Amendment so you could read
I
it?
have the Second Amendment. I know what it
You are
says.
completely fantasizing your interpretation of it.
Yeah, it's your interpretation.
No, read it. In the Second Amendment, you point
Okay.
out the word Congress and legislate and mandate.
I won't argue the point, but ask one other question here. Why are you picking on the Second Amendment when the state of California actually is more restrictive in your gun rights than is the federal government?
Could you repeat that? Why am I picking on?
Yeah, you're focusing on the Second Amendment. The state of California is more restrictive on your ownership of firearms than is the federal government. Why aren't you working against the California state government instead of the feds?
Actually, we do. We have people who pay attention to the gun laws and are following them, but the California legislature pays less attention to what we say, much as our Board of Supervisors do not pay attention to what we say.
Has the county of Trinity tried to restrict your firearms?
Not that I know of.
So I'm confused as why you're coming here to us when we don't restrict your firearms at all. And the Second Amendment gives you the right to own firearms. And you want us to just say, yeah, the Second Amendment's right, you can own firearms. It doesn't make any sense. And I really think that maybe what's happening is that you're trying to waste the time of this board so that it can't do the business it needs to do on matters that affect the county.
When
We're
people
spending a
found
lot
out
of
that
time
Siskiyou
here.
County had
Wait a
written an
minute.
ordinance or
We're
a
spending a lot of
resolution,
time here arguing about something we have no control over. And
you can't write a
whatever we do-
resolution?
Whatever we do in a resolution would have no effect on the federal government at all. It would just be going through a lot of motions and time and staff time, which costs us money. It doesn't make sense to me.
Well,
So,
in Siskiyou County, it made sense to them.
Well,
It made
that's
sense to
fine.
them to do it, to show their constituents that they,
I'm not arguing that.
agreed
They
with
can do what
them.
they want. I'm just saying, I don't think this county has the time and the money to waste on something that doesn't do this county any good, doesn't do you any good.
when I was here last week,
our jurisdiction.
when I
That's
was
my
here at
point.
the last meeting, you spent plenty of time on an exercise program for county members to teach your county members how to eat and exercise so they could get points and yada, yada, yada. How does that help us?
It
How does
helps
that
you a
help
lot.
us?
It keeps it keeps the staff healthier, which keeps our health insurance.
Well,
rationalize
if
it.
you're hiring
Thank you
people
very
that
much.
don't know how to
Stay-
eat,
Have a seat, please. We're done. We're done. We're not just going to keep going around in circles on this topic.
You
What
brought
we've
it
said,
up.
excuse me, is that this is not under our jurisdiction. We have, what we do here has no impact on the Second Amendment.
that wasn't the point, it was a
But it's eating up a
resolution.
lot of time and resources, and a lot of the nonsense we're dealing with is eating up a lot of time and resources. And you know that. You know that. You are burying us in paperwork. You are burying us in false litigation.
It's our time and money.
Yes, it's time and money. It's costing a lot of time and money.
And ours too. I'm on her
It
side.
is yours.
I'm on their side as well.
La-di-da.
Terry, now are you coming up to answer his question? I saw you jump up. Is that what you're doing? I know, but if that's what you're jumping up for, then please sit down.
Our county sheriff demands that we pay him a fee to have a concealed weapon permit, when we can go to Shasta County and get the same thing free of charge, which covers Trinity County.
We go to
Oh, I
Jeff
think
Okay?
about that.
That is
I don't
Trinity
carry
County
one, I don't know.
infringing on our gun rights to bear arms.
Well, then you should take that up with the sheriff.
That's right, it's his.
That's his.